Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. We're wishing you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Mr. Maple. The 10 at 10's never end, though. We've got a great one for you today on Christmas Eve. This is just 10 of the 20. Sign up for that email to see the other secret 20. Whether you've been on the naughty or nice list, you're going to want to check that out.
Yeah, y'all, we wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas from our family to yours. We thank y'all so much for being a great customer. And I hope you've enjoyed our end-of-year customer appreciation sale that's going right now on MrMaple.com. If you haven't, go check that out. And on top of that, we're dropping the 10 at 10 still, y'all. And starting off today on the 10 at 10s, we've got Pasilla Pungens, the Blues, in some nice 2 gallons, or 3 gallons.
They call it the Blues, but man, this thing puts a smile on my face. I absolutely love it. I love some blues music too, so maybe that's why. This is an amazing Pasilla Pungens, guys. Some of the best colors of anything in the garden. Blues really aptly describes this tree. I love putting this out near lace leaves. We recently planted one on the bank near a gold drift because that color contrast is amazing. Some really nice sized big boys here though in these 3s, guys. These are fresh in from the Buckholtz farm. Exceptionally well branched. This is a tree you won't want to miss out on.
Now, Robert Fincham recently talked about the color contrast between the two and how great the Blues and gold drift are together. They have a similar weeping, cascading habit. But the Blues gives you that blue color, gold drift gives you that yellow. I thought it was interesting in his artsy fartsy book. Was it artsy fartsy? Yeah. His artsy fartsy book, where he talked about how to almost twist the branches on 2 planted near each other and then just let it grow together with the blue and the yellow. A really unique way to grow a conifer and get some good color contrast out there.
Hey, you'll have a blue Christmas without this one. Play some Elvis. Love it. An amazing frosty plant. It's going to be a fun plant for you every single year in the landscape. I love the structures. I like to stake these up to about 5 to 6 feet tall, then let them weep down from there. You can actually play with the shapes a good bit. Much like where I used to, this one kind of needs to be staked to kind of accentuate the shapes. Absolutely amazing conifer, and the colors, second to nothing in the garden. One of my favorite blue plants. Great way to add blue to the landscape.
Take this tree, stake it up, or just let it cascade and sort of crawl across the ground. Either way, it's going to give you great evergreen blue interest out there in the landscape.
Let's bring back Acershirsolum aureum. Now, we recently did a podcast, a 3-part podcast, on the top 75 selling plants of 2024. Guys, we're giving you the look behind the curtain. You'll have to watch that video to see where aureum fell on the list. Higher up than I expected. I was kind of impressed. We're bringing it back here today. Acershirsolum, the golden full moon aureum.
Now, the golden full moon maple has that traditional full moon style leaf. Gives you some great color out there in the landscape as well with that bright yellow. Needs some protection from the hot afternoon sun in hotter climates, but put it in the container, move around, find its happy spot, and it's going to be a tree that gives you just some bright yellow color in the garden.
Star Wars kind of stinks now, to be honest, but I love when they were going to do the forest tree because the original forest tree looks exactly like Acershirsolum aureum. They did some comic hints of it where Yoda was growing these forest trees, and they were going to say that all the force came from these specific living trees. It looked just like aureum in the comics. Pretty cool. I wish they'd have done that. I think it would have been cool for aureum, just to give it another look from some people. But such a cool plant. I love these large Shirsolum style leaves with that golden yellow. It is such a next level plant. To me, it's the one true aureum. There's a lot of different aureums out there. Acershirsolum aureum, that's the one I think of when I hear aureum.
Yeah, classic selection, and it's one that's just extremely beautiful. Gives you that yellow color out there in the landscape, and to me, it's hard to beat it because it is the full moon Japanese maple. When people think about the golden full moon maple, this is the tree they think about. And it's one of those trees that just gets more and more beautiful with age, stays dense, compact. To me, it's awesome.
One last yellow dance of 2024. It's coming out of hibernation, y'all. Aureum, grab you one today.
Guys, next up we've got Skeeter's Broom. This is a narrow, more Christmas tree shaped Japanese maple with good red color. Found by Skeeter Rod, named Skeeter's Broom. Dense, compact form, good red color.
Another great columnar plant. This one gets a little bit wider than Twombly's Red Sentinel. Typically 2 to 3 feet wider at kind of that mature size, but still very narrow. So it's going to fill out nicely in landscape, give you a little bit more screening ability with this one. Also great when it's young for the container plant. This one works great zones 5 through 9. Exceptionally heat tolerant up to that zone 8. So you can put it in a good bit of sun up to zone 8. I love this one in the fall. You can get some real cherry red colors going on in this one in the fall. I've had it be probably the winner of the entire red grouping in the garden for that fall color at times. Really puts on a show. That short and center node just kind of gives it a bubbly round appearance. I love how dense this plant is though. It's very full and compact all the way up.
Yeah, and because of that shape, it's really easy to use. I mean, when you look at a Japanese maple's usability, this one is off the charts. Heat tolerant, great shape, great fall color, all the way around, an awesome tree for the landscape.
And narrow. All right, guys, let's bring back Acer Palmatum Benny Hoshi.
Benny Hoshi, the Ruby Stars Japanese maple, selection by Harry Olson and Del Laux. One called it Benny Hoshi, the other one called it Ruby Stars. Benny Hoshi translates as Ruby Stars. A red amenum leaf, good upright habit, and it goes to yellows to oranges in the fall.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about this one is that fall change. Guys, this one has a great reticulated green veining. We don't consider it variegated, but this is a red that's going to have really cool kind of green eye etching to it. I love that about it. Then almost a little bit more green stemming in the summer. I love this one for fall, though. It goes from that deep maroon to a golden orangey red, which is really nice. Now, this tree typically is about 6 foot in 10 years. Nice full habit to that. So a 6 foot tall tree, easily 4 foot wide, dense and full all the way up. Fits in a lot of spaces, so this is the perfect smaller red for most folks. Looks great in a container when younger, but there's a lot of great applications for this tree, not only because of that color, but also the color contrast when it changes in the fall.
Yeah, and being it's got that upright structure with that amenum leaf, gives it something really special and different from many of the other dwarfs. Awesome tree to use in the landscape with good color contrast. Guys, next up, we're bringing back Acer Palmatum Firefly, one of the best reticulated Japanese maples, one of the most popular trees we do. Fell really high on our recent list of top 75 Japanese maples, so go check that out as it starts airing every single Sunday and Saturday on your podcast platform. Y'all, Firefly just constantly changes throughout the seasons. You're going to love this one.
I'll take out one of. This one for me is the best, guys. I love it. It's my favorite variegated maple. Bar none, I think this is the coolest color patterns. Got like a slug or something hanging on here. Love this plant, really cool. Guys, this one goes through some of the most incredible changes. It continuously looks different every single week. If you're a fan of Mr. Maple, you know all about Firefly. It's one we put a name on here. Absolutely next level plant. I think every single step of the summer, spring, fall, you're gonna be out there taking pictures of this one. One thing about this tree that people don't know enough is the shape. This one tends to be very narrow, so it tends to be more narrow than most of, like, say, the Ghost series, which can get quite wide. You know, a 10 to 12 foot tall Firefly is only going to be about 5 to 6 foot wide. So it's a very narrow footprint. A lot of that's going to arch upward, especially when younger. So it's a tree that gives you a little bit more of a narrow footprint there in the landscape, which is excellent for all that color that it brings.
Now, this is one that sells out quickly, so do check out fast today. Firefly makes a great Christmas present. If you're running a little bit late behind, pick someone up a Firefly. They're going to love it.
All right, guys, let's bring back English lace. This is a fast-growing, semi-upright red lace leaf. It's the most upright red lace leaf. I do recommend staking it when young, but guys, this one is the best example of a red upright getting out there quickly. We find that older ones do arch out. We've got a full cultivar breakdown of a 7 to 8 foot tree on this, so you can see what a mature specimen looks like. You're gonna love what this looks like as it develops in the landscape. It's absolutely, completely distinguishable from every other red I've ever seen.
Now, we have this today available in 1 gallons, XL 1 gallons like you see here, and 3 gallons. So we've got them in multiple sizes available today on Mr. Maple. Take advantage of all these different sizes. If you're looking for that red lace leaf to really get out there and make a big specimen, English lace will do it. And it's going to be one of those trees that everyone's going to be talking about because it's going to get out there and it's going to get out there quick.
Brilliant red fall color as well. Holds a deep maroon well late into the season. Dark chocolatey bark. It's a lovely plant. Almost reminds me of like a Garnet X Emperor 1. Like, it just gets out there. It does everything I want. Great in the container when younger, but get this in the landscape. Let this make a full-size specimen. It can jump out there. It's going to give you a larger, mature-sized tree in a smaller amount of time. So if you want instant gratification, these XLs are awesome. Like Tim mentioned, we do have bigger sizes, but these are going to take off in the landscape and look amazing. It's never too late to drop some dope dogwoods. Guys, let's bring back Summer Gold.
Yeah, this is a yellow on green variegated selection, and it is one of the most striking variegated dogwoods. It has a thick variegated margin of yellow variegation on each and every leaf that makes this tree very attractive in the spring and the summer. Fall, that variegation fades right before the fall color comes in, and you get some bright reds in the fall. It's a Chinese dogwood, so it's a Cornus Kousa. That means it's disease resistant, it's anthracnose resistant, and powdery mildew resistant, and it's going to be easy for you to grow in your garden.
This one's so striking, it's going to punch your neighbor right in the face with jealousy when they see this amazing plant grow in your garden. They're going to instantly hate you, and that's really why we garden. We want the envy of our neighbors. We want them to look at us and think, wow, I lost. Their yard is better than mine. This plant's going to do that. You're going to get that level of superiority going on. Absolutely love it, guys. Summer Gold's going to work zones 5 through 8. Exceptionally sun tolerant as well for a variegated plant. Tim says pair summer gold with everything. How about summer gold dogwood?
It gives you that yellow color in the garden with that variegation. It rocks it out. An awesome tree to use. Gives you some blooms too in the summer with some white blooms popping out over top of that yellow and green variegation. Next level dogwood. Get it today.
Ooh-wee! What do we got next, brother?
Is it Christmas or is it Mayday?
It's Mayday in the middle of winter. We're dropping Mayday on a 10 at 10. People said now they're doing eBay. Will they ever come back? We're always doing sets, y'all. Grab you a Mayday today. They won't last long on this December day.
Yeah, Mayday. It's it's apricot in the spring, then goes to almost this yellow color, this light lime green color for a tightly layering Macawi Atsubusa. Next level, extremely rare. Go grab these today. They are going to sell out quickly. Make sure you check out quickly with these, and then go back and grab the other things that you're looking for.
Probably the most hyped, I would say, after Red Panda of any of the Macawa types. Everybody's looking for Mayday. They do go quickly. Like Tim said, check out quickly. Great prices on these here today. Regular price plants. You're going to be able to pick one up here today. We're shipping these year round. Grab you a Mayday. It'll brighten up your day. If you didn't get what you're looking for Christmas, maybe you'll get a Mayday. Hey, this would make a really weird Christmas tree. Let's bring out Pinostrobus pendula.
Y'all, this is a native white pine that grows upwards and then cascades downward. I do recommend staking at an early age, letting it develop a central leader, and then the side branches just cascade and create this unique evergreen habit.
Yeah, this one is beautiful for the landscape. You kind of get a frosted appearance to it. I do recommend staking it to about 5 to 6 feet. That's typically what I do with these and kind of let them cascade from there. I have seen them trained over archways. You can actually get very creative with it. Pendula is definitely pendulous in its nature. It won't develop a strong central leader without being staked. Absolute showstopper for texture, though. If you're looking for a pine that's going to add, that flow to the garden, this one absolutely does that. It gives you that Japanese feel with that texture. You can prune these and shape them. They're quite malleable, so you can kind of play with the shapes a good bit.
It's going to give you unique texture in the garden, but it's evergreen too. Pairs so well with your Japanese maples. Grab some.
All right, guys, check out these 3-gallon First Ghosts. These things are well developed, well branched, awesome looking plants, thick caliper, great shapes. First Ghost, bringing it back, guys. Good sizes today.
Yeah, I know we offered some 1 gallons recently. These 3 gallons are just some phenomenal sizes. It's one of the first members of the Ghost series, the first one that got the name Ghost to it. And it just has this nice semi-pendulous shape to it. It's got some good reticulation in the early spring with a purple border. First Ghost, y'all. Awesome tree. If you don't have it today, you want to grab one.
If you don't have a Ghost, this could be your first one. It's awesome. It's heat tolerant. We're finding, give it some late day shade most places to hold that spring color longer. That purple border is underrated. Absolutely a showstopper, though. Get First Ghost and Purple Ghost. You got a great collection going on of Japanese maples. All right, guys, last but not least, we've got a giant Amber Ghost here. If you didn't know, though, we're running a major end-of-year customer appreciation sale. Definitely check that out on MrMaple.com. Many of these prices are rivaling Black Friday, sometimes even better. Definitely check out that sale. It's going to be going on for just a little bit. New Year's is right around the corner, so don't wait. Take advantage of that sale. The 10 at 10s never stop, but the sales never stop either. You're definitely going to want to check that one out on Mr. Maple.
Y'all, next up, we've got 7-gallon of Acer palmatum Amber Ghost. One of the best members of the Ghost series. It's got a strong upright form, great fall color, extremely heat tolerant, and that strong reticulated variegation that makes the Ghost famous.
My favorite member of the Ghost series, guys. Best shape, best fall color, best spring color for me. Vigorous grower, over a foot of growth a year. I love the structure to it. A lot of the breeding that goes on for new Ghosts comes from Amber Ghost because it's simply the most vigorous and most interesting form for Talon to start with. You get a lot of variation in the color of this one. I love that amber crisp color in the spring. I think it's one of the most next level Japanese maples. For me, it's also one of the most brilliantly red fall colored trees. I love it. You kind of get a pink red in the fall. Some instant gratification sizes going on right here. We're shipping these out. Great size to pick up if you want one with some, instant size to it. These are well developed, well branched, good width to them already. Beautiful looking Amber Ghost.
Y'all, this is one of the biggest trees we can ship in these 7 gallons. Take advantage of these great sizes today. Appreciate you jumping in today's 10 at 10. We got 10 more in that secret email. You can go to MrMaple.com, sign up for that weekly email, and then you get that email early in the morning about the same time as videos coming out with that other 10.
Take care.
God bless.
Have a great day.